in the previous class also we started some basics of it, but
Yeah.
start again the same thing in a detailed manner. Okay, so
Okay.
test automation using Selenium. Selenium is okay. Why we use this test automation, and what is the benefit we'll be getting using the test automation? Okay, we'll be
Yeah.
discussing each and every concept. So in manual testing, what happens is you have to do manually each and every time. Okay, if it is a regression set means once the build is completed from the development side. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so in the previous releases, whatever the test cases we have already covered, we have to run those test cases again and again in each
Okay.
uh, build page, right?
Yeah.
So the same test case, that means you are repeatedly doing the same thing over and over, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So in that case, you are wasting some of your time, like you are doing the same thing, boring stuff, and you will not get interest to do the same thing again and again, right?
Yeah.
So in this case, if we automate those things, okay, automate means if you try to run it through machine, or if these test cases can be executed automatically, okay, that would
Yeah.
be easier for you, right?
Yeah.
So that is why we use test automation.
Okay.
So test automation is the use of software to set the test preconditions. We can set some preconditions of the test,
Uh-huh.
to control the executions of tests. Okay, we can control the execution. Okay, suppose there are
Mm-hmm.
500 test cases, we want to run those test cases per day. Okay, we can
Uh-huh.
run overnight.
Okay.
In the very next morning when we come, our execution status will be will be there, and we don't have to waste a full day for that. Overnight
Yeah.
it will be running, and you can get the result the next morning.
Right.
This is the advantage of test automation.
Okay.
To compare the actual outcome to predicted outcome also, we use these these are the features of the test automations.
Okay.
To report the execution status, as I said, in the overnight you can run this test script.
Uh-huh.
The next morning you can get the automation status, correct?
Okay.
The test automations involves the automating a manual process already in the place that uses a formalized testing process, correct? So as I said, the
Yeah.
manual test cases you are doing over and over the same thing, right? But in this automation, what you have to do, you have to write the test script, the script for the same scenarios, same steps. You also have to follow in automation, okay? And you write
Okay.
some code for that. You need to write
Okay.
in Java, maybe in some writes in a BB script, some writes in C sharp, okay? We
Yes.
use different tools as well.
Okay.
Why and when to automate? If it is the frequent regression testing, as I said, if
Yes.
current releases, okay, we have some there is a there is a web page suppose, or there is a web application. It has a 5 module, right?
Mm-hmm.
And five
Yeah.
module will be released in the 5 cycles in a page by page manner, right?
Yeah.
As we
Yes.
discussed the same thing in manual testing, right? Each
Yes.
cycle consists of each module.
Yes.
In the first cycle, suppose the one module, suppose it is a payment module or login
Yes.
module. Login module is done in the first cycle, correct?
Yes.
And in the second cycle, there will be some other functionality, like this information, general information form will be there.
Uh-huh.
In the second module or second cycle, I would say, will be doing for the form filling things or general information filling of a customer.
Okay.
Correct. So once the build is complete for cycle 2, we also have to test for the cycle 1 as well. Like, are we able to log in successfully or not? Right?
Okay.
We
Yeah.
need to validate the previous releases test cases as well. Whether
Okay.
are those test cases are running correctly or not, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So that the previous cycle test cases becomes a regression sets. Okay,
Okay.
so you understand what is the regression, right?
Yes. Yes.
Correct. So if the regression sets are more, then we use this automation test. Okay,
Okay.
and if it is a repeated test cases, execution is required. And suppose
Okay.
there are some test cases you need to you know execute those test cases again and again, or frequently you use those test cases only. Okay,
Okay.
so in that case also it is better to automate those test cases.
Okay.
And if it is a user acceptance test, then also we go for the automation testing, faster feedback to the developer, right? Because automatically it will be triggered, using some tools. That's why
Yeah.
it's faster than a manual test cases, right?
Okay.
Test
Yeah.
execution. Then reduce the human effort, obviously. Then test the same application on multiple environments. Also, we can um, uh, we can run those test cases in a multiple environment as well. Like if it is a prod environment, if we write one test cases for any one environment, we can run the same test cases in different environment as well. We don't have to create the test cases for each environment. Suppose there is a prod environment, there is a QA environment, there is an integration environment, there are some LTI environment, okay, development environment. So there are a lot of environments are there in a big big organizations. Okay, so if you want to run any test cases, okay, there is any scenarios, suppose it is in development phase, then it will migrate it to some integration testing. Okay, and then after that it will go to the QA environment. So if we want to test those functionalities in all the environments, then we need to run those test cases in every environment. So we have to create the test data for that, we have to create the account for that. So each environment we need to do the same manual task. Okay, same manual task in each environment. Okay, but in automation what happens is, if we write the test script for any one environment, we can run for all the environments. Okay, so
Okay.
this will help us save some time. So there are some test automation tools available in market, like QTP, that is quick test professional by HP. It is nowadays it's known as UFT, unified functional testing. It's more popular, but the thing is its cost. Okay, it's most costly. That's why nowadays many organizations are going away from this UFT. Now everyone is
Okay.
concentrating on Selenium test automation.
Okay.
So RFT is there. It's from IBM. Then Silk test by Borland. Okay, so these are the automation tests. The test complete also is there. The QA run, CompuWare, then Watire, okay, open source. Then Selenium, it's open source, okay, and there is a Sahi automation tool as well available in the market. So coming to the Selenium, why we use Selenium? Why we should go and why we should learn Selenium, and what is the um, future future in for Selenium in the market.
Yeah.
Selenium is a robust set of tools that support the rapid development of the test automation for web-based application. Yeah. One more important thing is we need to understand like it can only automate web-based applications, and we cannot use it with window or desktop-based applications. But using some third-party tools like AutoIT, like some jars, okay, we can integrate or we can automate we can automate Windows applications as well. Okay, but we need to have some integration tools, third-party integration tools, right, to achieve that.
Okay.
Like Excel is a window tool or window
Yeah.
based, but we can automate that as well using some tools, some jars or third-party jars, I can say. We'll discuss more about it. How can
Okay.
we automate a Word file? How can we automate uh, that Excel or PPT, etc. Okay,
Okay.
so these are the things that doesn't support directly like window-based application. Selenium do not support it directly. Okay, but we can do automate. Then Selenium provides a rich set of testing functions specifically geared to the needs of testing of a web application. It's for web application. It is all in all. We can do any type of testing using Selenium if it is a web-based applications. Correct.
Okay.
Selenium operations are highly flexible. Okay, allowing many options for locating UI elements and comparing expected test results against the actual test behavior. So automating a particular web application, we need to first identify which element we need to perform any action. We need to first identify those elements. Like there is a form. Suppose, for example, there is a form. Okay, you need to fill up that form. You might have filled a lot of form
Yeah.
online form, right? Like
Yes.
any interview or any uh, on organizations, you need to fill a form first, then only you can save your data in their database, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So there might be some input box, there is some radio button, there are some buttons, there are some drop downs, etc. in a form, right?
Yes.
Correct. So we need to first enter any value into that input box, you need to first identify that input box, right? If you
Yes.
identify those input box, then only you can interact with that input box only. Correct. So we'll learn
Yeah.
how to um, we'll learn that how to locate those elements in Selenium, and
Okay.
what are the expected results and what are the actual results, etc. You know we'll get to know what
Okay.
have some example. So
Okay.
what are the Selenium features, what is the advantages of Selenium? Okay, you might come across in interview question like what are the advantage and disadvantage of Selenium. Okay, so
Yeah.
it supports the cross browser testing. The Selenium test can be run on multiple browsers, correct? So suppose there is a test case, okay, that need to be run on multiple browser. Okay, so there is
Yeah.
suppose there is a login feature. Okay, login feature of Facebook,
Yes.
and that feature we have to suppose I have 5 email ID and password for Facebook, correct, and 5 username and password that need to be logged in a different browser simultaneously. Okay, I just want to
Okay.
open the Facebook in Chrome browser. I need to open the Facebook on Safari or Opera or Mozilla, etc. Correct. So in
Yeah.
each browser I want to open the Facebook simultaneously. Correct.
Okay.
So I can do that using Selenium. So
Okay.
so this feature is called the cross browser testing. Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
Then it allows scripting in several languages like Java, C Sharp, PHP, Python, Ruby as well. Okay. And the assertion statement provide an efficient way of comparing the expected and actual result. We'll discuss more about it. What are the functions available in assertion class? Okay, assert class of testng, or what is the assertions? Okay,
Okay.
we'll talk more about it. So there
Sure.
are inbuilt reporting mechanism also available in Selenium. Okay, we
Okay.
once there are suppose five test cases. Once you finished with the execution part, after that you will get one report automatically generated. You don't have to go to the Excel, then you need to write manually. Like test case one,
Uh-huh.
it is passed. Test case two, it is failed. So like that, you don't have to do that.
Okay.
Selenium will automatically create one report for you.
Okay.
So, as I said, Selenium is not a tool, it's a suite of tools, correct? Combining multiple
Yes.
tools, it becomes one tool. It's not a standalone tool. There is no
Okay.
exe file like UFT. You have to install one file. Among with one file, you can get all the features. You cannot add any other features if it is not present.
Okay.
But in
Okay.
Selenium it is not a specific tool. There is a four component, I would say. Okay, four component: Selenium IDE,
Okay.
Selenium RC, Selenium Grid, Selenium WebDriver. But initially when it comes into the picture in 2004, okay, initially it was of three its component was of three type, like Selenium ID, Selenium RC, Selenium Grid. So these three are the main component of Selenium in the earlier stage.
Oh,
Okay, so what is Selenium IDE? Integrated development environment. Okay, Selenium integrated development environment, what is it? The Selenium IDE is an integrated development environment for Selenium test. Okay, it is implemented as a Firefox extensions and allows you to record, edit, and replay the test in Firefox. If you have a Mozilla Firefox browser, you can download it in your
okay.
extensions. Like in Chrome, also you might have come across some extensions
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
from browser like ad blocker or something. You might
Yes.
have
Yes.
used that in Chrome. In Mozilla also there are some extensions. You can add it into your browser, okay, and launch it and do some uh, actions on it.
Okay. Okay.
Like so we'll go through it with example of Selenium IDE, how it works, how to install it. Okay, we'll also run it and the most important thing is that Selenium IDE can record the test steps. Okay, so whatever you perform any action on
Uh-huh.
that web browser, it will record that, and you
Okay.
can replay those scenarios as well. We'll go through that. Okay.
Okay.
So Selenium IDE allow you to save tests, okay, as HTML. You can save as a Java, Ruby scripts, or any other format as well. You can save it, and it allows you to automatically add assertion to all the pages. So we'll see how it automatically adds assertions. allows you to add Selenium commands as and when required. So Selenium commands are those commands which is available in Selenium IDE, like click. Okay, click operation is a command that is coming from the Selenium. Okay, Selenium IDE installation. Okay, using Firefox, first download the IDE. So let's go ahead and
Okay.
installation part will be doing. Let's see how to
Okay.
install. You must have this Mozilla Firefox browser available. Okay, then only you
Yes.
can run the Selenium IDE. It do not run on Chrome or other browser. It only supports
Okay.
Mozilla Firefox. But nowadays another tool or another IDE is available to do the same thing in Chrome browser as well. That is called Catalan Studio. Okay, in
Okay.
Chrome browser there is another tool called Catalan Studio that will also
Mm-hmm.
do the same thing as it is doing here in the Firefox.
Okay.
So okay, so fine. So how to download that? Okay, go to add-on. Okay, open your Mozilla browser, then go to this hamburger icon. Click on that, then go to your add-ons. Correct. Then after, you need to go to the extensions. Go to extensions. Okay, if it is not available, you need to search that add-on. Sorry, I think I need to go to here. Let's see, install add-on from a file. Okay, let's see how it works. Get add-ons. I think I need to go here. Let's see, plugin. You need to. Is it coming? No. Let's search it. Fine. You can see when you search any extensions or add-ons, it will be available. When you search, all the available you know uh, plugins is will be listed over here.
Okay.
So in this case we need to download Selenium IDE only. So what is it? Selenium Expert, Selenium IDE. This plugin is my attempt to bring the wonderful world of interaction tips, hints, fixes, bugs. So this is one Catalan recorder, and this is also available in Firefox, plus in it is also available in Chrome. But Selenium
Okay.
IDE only available for this thing,
Okay.
Mozilla Firefox.
Okay.
So let me download this. Okay, install this Selenium IDE.
Okay.
Now it is downloaded and we need to restart this Mozilla Firefox browser. Let's see how it's looking, and we'll automate. Where's the Selenium? So my add-ons, in my add-ons you can, so let me say, it should be available over here, but let me see why it's not. I think I need to where would that was, it should be available somewhere. I need to just drag and drop.
Okay.
Where that this thing, yeah, it is present. It is present over here. Okay, if it is, you just go right click over here and go to customization, and in customization you will find all the extensions is present over here. If it is not displayed in this status bar, okay, you need to just drag and drop over here so that it will be visible to you. Okay. Now exit customization. So now it is available. You can see once I click, it should launch. Let me click once again.
Okay.
Just close it. Open. You don't have installed the Selenium IDE. Why it is saying? Yeah. Mm, it's saying you do not have installed Selenium IDE. Download Selenium IDE. Let's see. So in Selenium HQ org, once you go there, okay, you can find the Selenium IDE as well. Run Selenium test exported from IDE, Selenium HTML runner. I don't need it. Selenium standalone. This will use it. But let me find where it is present. Selenium IDE. Yeah, here you can find Selenium IDE. Go to Mozilla, install some plugins. Okay, from add-ons, Mozilla.organization. From here, you can also add it. Selenium IDE. Okay, in Google also you can search like
Okay.
Selenium IDE Firefox. Okay, it is better to install it like this way. Just search Google Selenium IDE for Firefox and go to this addons.mozilla.org,
Okay.
this link. Okay,
Yeah.
then click on this link. You'll find this Firefox add-ons, then Selenium IDE, add to Firefox, and it will be downloaded. Then install it, then restart. You need to restart it.
Okay.
Correct. So let's restart this.
Okay.
Okay. Now it is restarted, and you can
Okay.
find okay, one thing. I think we need to. Okay, fine. So you can find this is a Selenium IDE.
Yeah.
Okay. So here you can record this, record
Uh-huh.
the test steps. So see how to record the test steps, and uh, it has different functionalities. Like it has in file menu, you can have a new test case. Okay, once you click on this new test case, there is one untitled two test cases is being added because it was previously by default there was one steps available. Okay,
Okay.
so you can new test case also, you can add the test case, you can delete this test step. Okay, this is called test. cases. Okay, you can delete,
Okay.
you can just go through the property of that, and you can just import any files already available for this, and you can
Yeah.
also write some meaningful name of this test, Google tests. Okay, you can rename this as well, correct? And you can open, if you have already recorded any test cases in this, you can also open that using this from your hard drive. Okay, then
Okay.
save test cases as export test cases. Yeah, this is more important. You can export these test cases. So let's we'll see each thing once we record some. So there is edit, you can
Okay.
insert new command, you can delete, you can copy paste, and this action you can record, play entire the test suite, or play the current test cases, play
Okay.
test suites periodically also. There are a lot of functionalities of that. Okay, so let's see what is the available in these
Okay.
options. In general, the millisecond, this is the recorded command in milliseconds.
Okay.
Selenium core extension, user extensions. Okay, Selenium IDE extensions also, you can import it.
Okay.
So there are some configurations available. Okay, so we'll
Okay.
use it whenever it is required.
Okay.
Then plugins, Selenium Expert, Selenium IDE plugin. Within this, we have only one IDE available for Selenium. So it is you can see over here.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a locator builders. You can locate any element using ID, link, name, CSS, DOM name, XPath, then XPath image or link. If it is attribute also, XPath's ID, relative ID also. If it is XPath H reference also, DOM index also. Then if it is uh, index also, we can use this XPath. So we'll see in the later sessions in WebDriver sessions, we will learn how to write the XPaths, relative XPath, absolute XPath. So this is more important when you are writing any test cases in Selenium. It is more important to locate any element. Okay, so we'll
Okay.
write it manually. How we can create if it is a dynamic XPath changing, we will write some XPath for that. So we'll see it how to write XPath.
Okay.
It's more important, and we'll
Okay.
also write some CSS. Using CSS also, we can uh, get those elements locations, right? So
Okay.
as I said, we'll record one test case to automate Google, correct? So let me open. Let me just close and open this Mozilla Firefox, and we'll automate Google.
Okay.
So this is Google, and let me open. Sorry, not in the sidebar. I'll open as a pop-up. As a pop-up. Okay, here is a base URL. You need to provide the base URL from where you are trying to automate or trying to record this web page. Okay, this should be this thing. This is a base URL. Okay, if you are automating Facebook, then it would be your www.facebook.com. Correct. So
Yes.
the base URL you need to type over here. Fine. Let me record it. How to record is there is
Yes.
the record button. Now recording. It's saying now it's recording. When you hover on that button, it's saying it's recording now. Once you click on any a button or any web element, it will start recording that. So let's do it. If I type over here anything like Facebook, okay, and I'll type this and let's say run, okay, click on this search button, then go to this link. Let's see if it is recording. Yes, you can see it's opening this thing, this IDE, then it typed something, typed value is Facebook, then click on this button and it waited for this page to be loaded. You can see now it is in Facebook login page. Okay, let me just,
Yes.
okay, I have just now aborted this recording, stop this recording. Okay, fine. So it will open first this thing, Google, then it will open this and it will type IDE, this Facebook into that input box. Let's run it. Okay, let's run it. How to run it? So you can see there is a play entire test suite. This is a play entire test case. So this is a test case.
Yeah.
Okay, let's run it. So you can see it automatically. I'm coming to this page, Facebook page. Correct.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
all the test case passed because it is in green. So that
Yeah.
means the test case is being passed. If it is in
Okay.
red, that means the test case is being failed. So you can
Okay.
automate the simple things, whatever you require for your, if it is a small project, or if you are not much familiar with these Selenium commands, then you can use or you can take the help of this Selenium IDE. Okay,
Okay.
then you can add the test tape as well. You can delete any test tape from here. You can delete, you can insert new command, you can clear all. Okay, and you can
Mm-hmm.
toggle the breakpoint over here, set the clear point execution, this command. Okay, so
Yes.
if you insert new command from here, you can write anything. So you can see a lot of commands available over here: assert order, assert prompt, double click at, double click and wait, double click, and also you can echo means you can target a value. You can see something. Let's see. Congrats. Let's see whether if it is working fine or not. Okay, so let's run it once again.
Okay.
Facebook, and now you are here.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
So it passed. Okay.
Okay.
So nowadays we do not require, we don't use this ID for a bigger project. If it is a big project, you don't need it because it for that we use that thing, that is a web driver concept. We'll
Okay.
talk more about. So you can automate this thing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Using IDE, it's pretty simple, straightforward,
Yes.
and I don't think it will will have any problem for you. And yeah, whatever test you have recorded, you can just export it as a test script or driver test script. You can export as a JUnit, or you can export as Java. Let me show you.
Okay.
Export test case as Java JUnit. You can Java test ng webdriver. Or you can also export as a Python. You can
Okay.
export as a Ruby, then C Sharp, NUnit. Okay,
Okay.
fine. So, so this way we can also use the same code. So let me export it using Java TestNG. So let's see how it looks like. I need
Okay.
to save it somewhere. Let's say in this Google in desktop. I'm saving it. Google test. Correct. File. Let it be. So let's see if it is present here or not. That should be where it is. Google test. You can see, right? This
Okay.
this one we have saved. Let's open it. So it is in a wrapped format. Let me format it. Oh, sorry. Mm, okay. Word wrap. Okay, fine. So let me open it in WordPad, and you can
Okay.
see the same code because it's not readable now.
Uh-huh.
In this notepad and in WordPad, it should be, you can, yeah, it's look like the code that we will be using in WebDriver. You can see it's a
Okay.
package, then there are some code is being written, and there is a text.
Okay.
Okay, it is now being generated automatically. You don't
Okay.
have to write each and every test cases for WebDriver as
Oh.
well, right? It
Okay.
will be automatically generated, and you can
Okay.
export this file in your Eclipse IDE as well.
Okay. Oh,
Don't-
nice. Means like the IDE also writes the code for yourself. You don't have to write it.
correct.
Oh.
IDE can also write it. Okay, we'll see
Okay.
some pros and cons of that as well when we'll cover the WebDriver. But in
Okay.
WebDriver, you have to write this thing driver.get, .find each and everything. You have to write it in WebDriver. But in
Okay.
IDE, you don't have to. You just have to record this thing, okay,
Right.
and you will get this code as well,
Okay.
right? So this is the benefit of using the Selenium IDE.
Okay.
So this is one part. Let's see and move ahead with this Selenium WebDriver. Let me just save it. Okay, let me save it. Okay, I have already saved it, so don't, don't save. Correct. Fine.
Yeah.
So IDE installation part is done. So you know how to install this IDE.
Yeah.
Now you can install Selenium IDE, right? So
Yes.
I would suggest just go through this installation part and try to automate something. At least practice it. Automating some of these functionalities.
Okay. Sure.
Try to find more, uh, you know, uh, as you can. You know.
Okay. Sure.
So this is the same thing. We installed it.
Okay.
Correct? So these are the toolbar run. This is something Selenium commands are present. This is accessor area. Here you can enter any value. Okay,
Okay.
and you can also assert the text present, like whether what is the expected and what is the actual. Also, you can write it accordingly
Okay.
so that it can say it is passed or failed.
Okay.
And here in this area you will find some logs. I think let's see here, logs. You can see logging. I mean, what is the action is being performed. Each and everything is being logged over here. Playing the test
Okay.
case, it is writing, hey, it is now playing, and it is a information type. And executing, open this thing, it is being logged. And this thing is also saying type Facebook. Then I have clicked on ID this button. Then
Yeah.
button this thing, and it click and wait. Click and wait. Link Facebook something, right? So this is
Yes.
log, correct?
Yes.
Then Selenium options. As I showed you, this Selenium has also one option. In this also say that test encoding format. You can increase and decrease the format and wait time. Uh, okay, you can also set the default page timeout. Then set the best URL recording options, and also you can
Okay.
add Selenium core and IDE extension. You can add automatic page title assertion, and
Okay.
there are also other options here. That is, now it is being developed. In that time, it was
Okay.
found. Okay,
Sure.
recording a Selenium test case. How to record? We just did it now. General Selenium command like clicking a link, click and wait, commands, entering values, type commands. So as I said, a lot of commands are available in Selenium IDE. You can see,
Yes.
suppose I want to just find a lot of command. Wait for XPath count, window focus. If it is a wait for title, wait for if I write this wait for title, what are the title it will be waiting for? It will be, this is the title of this web page, correct? Facebook
Yeah.
log. So how to get this? How you can get this Facebook title? Okay, F12. If you press F12 from your keyboard, it will
Uh huh.
open up one developer options. Okay,
Uh
and
huh.
from here developer
Okay.
options you can get the title of that page. Let's see
Okay.
where it is. But it is a body, so it is not present over here. It should be above this line. Facebook URL HTTP, that is fine. But where is the title? It should be present, or otherwise, if you are not, able to find it, you can just type whatever you can see. This one, Facebook
Okay.
login or sign up. This thing, this is the title. You can also type over here. Facebook, whatever expected this thing title you can write,
Okay.
like it should be this Facebook hyphen login or or sign up, correct?
Yeah.
If there will be if this thing is not matching with this title, then our test case will be failed.
Okay.
So let's run it once again. So let's see what's the answer.
Hmm.
Now test case ran, but it's saying no. Okay, it wait for title. Correct. It is fine. Mm, assert, or you can say assert text. Assert. Okay, assert. Assert title. Okay, this thing
Okay.
you need to use assert title, and you fine this thing assert title. That means it will pass our test case if the title of this page is this Facebook login
Okay.
or sign up. If this title is not matched with this one, then our test case is gonna fail. Let's see.
Okay.
Is it matching? No, it's not matching. That's why our test case got failed because we have typed
Okay.
in a wrong way, I think. So that's why it's now it's being failed. Now let's. So this is typing error. That's why it's showing you the error message.
Okay.
No, there is one error I think with this. Let me delete this one. Answer title. So the title is not matching.
Okay.
Okay. I can write
Right.
title. No. Okay, fine. So there are a lot of functions or commands available for Selenium IDE, but we don't use it in a real-time scenario. We don't use Selenium IDE in many a time, but it is better starting with the Selenium IDE so that you can have us small basics of the Selenium, how it works
Okay.
and how the things uh, you know uh, is being working, and because this is the first tool is being developed by Selenium. Okay,
Okay.
Selenium IDE was the first tool that was being developed. After that, it comes to Selenium WebDriver. Now
Okay.
Selenium WebDriver is much more famous. We write test case on that.
Yeah.
So this thing we covered, like click and wait, etc., etc. And yeah, one more thing, I just forgot. There is a mode of running. If you want to run it in fast mode, you can do it. If it is slow mode, it was in fast mode. Suppose
Okay.
I run it in a slow mode. Let's see how it ran. It is running. Okay, you can
Okay.
see it's slowly, it's typing, then slowly it will be clicking on the Facebook link. Okay, it's quite slow because I have provided the slow mode. It will take its time and it will
Okay.
Why it's not clicking? Okay. Okay, fine, because I have deleted this clicking on this Facebook link, that's why.
Okay.
Fine, it will run like this. Okay,
Okay.
you go to this click button, then it will wait for this title to be present, then if it is present, then it is fast. So this fast and slow is gone. Creating test suite also, if you have multiple test cases, this is for Facebook, suppose. Okay, and for
Okay.
and there are this one was for, let me give its name, Facebook test. Okay, this was a Facebook test. Suppose I create
Yeah.
another new test case. This is called, okay, suppose this one is I'm opening LinkedIn.
Okay.
Okay, so I can open the LinkedIn, so LinkedIn test. And another test case I have, suppose, called Orchid. Okay, another is Gmail test case.
Okay.
So I have now 4 test cases. Okay,
Okay.
4 test cases. So these all test cases, okay, I want to run simultaneously. How to
Okay.
do it? Using Selenium suits. Okay, suits,
Okay.
test suite. That means I have a one test suite. Within that, I have multiple test cases. Correct.
Okay.
So like that, we can record for this Gmail. We can record for Orkut. Okay, LinkedIn, etc.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, the playing the test suites within the test runner, we did it. How to run it? Test runner, and we gone through this. We just run a test case. We did these things. Stop in the middle. Also, we can do it. How to
Yeah.
stop in the middle? Oh, this one. Okay, if you want to stop, let me just. Where is this Facebook test? This one. Okay, suppose I'm running it. Okay, I
Okay.
can here I can pause it. Okay, okay. So I can
Yeah.
pause it, or I can just resume it, or I can just go through and I can finish it also, stop it also.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. I think this should be over here. Record, play the entire. Okay. Faster, slower. Execute this command also. We can do clear this point.
Okay.
Fine. So this was running options. So we have done this, adding assertion to this set.
Hmm.
So verification commands also are present. As I said, like the assertion, like verifying if the title is correct or not.
Okay.
Okay, here I think fine. Insert command, you can write it or you can say this verify assertion is called verification.
Okay.
Verification limitation of Selenium IDE. What are the limitations? So the
Okay.
limitation of Selenium IDE is it can run the test only on the Firefox. No programming login logic.
Okay.
So I have typo error. Okay, no programming logic like loops, conditional statement that cannot be used over here. Suppose I have a table, okay,
Uh-huh.
and I want to read the all the values of that table.
Okay.
So in that case, I need to use the for loop, but this IDE that do not, you know, it cannot use the for loop. Okay, it
Okay.
don't have that functionality. Correct.
Okay.
Then one second. Fine. So it do not have that functionality to write some advanced, Java concept or
Okay.
Java's loops or conditional statement or some other inheritance. We cannot use that. Okay.
Okay.
And Selenium IDE can execute scripts created in Selenium only. Whatever the steps we have created in Selenium IDE, we can only run in Selenium only. Okay. But we can
Okay.
export it, exporting as a test ng, and
Okay.
we can run those test cases in Eclipse IDE as well. It is
Okay.
difficult to use Selenium IDE for checking the complex test cases involving
Okay.
dynamic content. If it is a dynamic content, it's not possible through Selenium. And
Okay.
what is the Selenium RC? Selenium RC is a remote controller. In this case, we need to run one server, okay? And after running one server, we'll write some test cases for this. So as it Selenium RC is outdated, so we are not going to discuss anymore because it's nowadays we do not concern about the Selenium RC. It's not
Okay.
available also.
Okay.
Selenium test automation process. Once the Selenium script is converted into your preferred language like Java or C Sharp or Python, etc., you can change accordingly. You can modify your test cases accordingly.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Right? For running the script, you also need the client driver for that particular language. To enhance the script, we require an IDE like Eclipse or NetBeans. In
Uh-huh.
NetBeans or Eclipse, we can run those scripts. So we'll see how to run those scripts. Okay.
Okay.
And also to integrate this script and run them as a suite will require the build integration tool like Maven or Ant.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah, audible?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Fine. So suppose there are multiple test cases, correct?
Yes.
To integrate this script and run them as a suite, okay, suppose the whole suite as a build, if we want to run, so we need one integration tool, build integration tool
Yeah.
like Maven or Ant. Okay,
Mhm.
it will
Okay.
create one jar out of your project, or whole the project will be converted into jars, and we can deploy in uh, you know into your some environment, or we can uh, run those jars through the Jenkins. Okay, so that is continuous
Uh-huh.
integration tool. So this is the motto. We'll create the test case first using
Mhm.
Eclipse IDE, okay, with the help of
Yeah.
Selenium jars. Then we'll integrate it with the GitHub, and from GitHub we'll run those test cases remotely from Jenkins. We'll
Okay.
trigger those test cases in Jenkins, okay, and we'll take this code
Mhm.
from GitHub. We'll do that kind
Okay.
of setup.
Okay.
We'll see that one later on. So basically, how this Selenium works. Okay, you
Mhm.
can see this is my web application.
Yeah.
my web application, Google or Facebook, whatever, and this is a
Hmm.
web server. Okay, so this web application and web server is the layer. Okay, layer, that's the web application Facebook, and web server, there is one server associated with that Facebook, right? We cannot use Facebook without this server,
Yeah.
because it is connected with some remotely located server.
Okay.
Suppose we want to run it, this application. So we this is my browser, and this is Selenium core. Okay, and in here I am just recording those test steps, like entering some value into input box or clicking on any button, etc.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I'm doing through Selenium IDE. For
Okay.
that, I need to uh, launch one HTTP proxy. Yeah, okay,
Okay.
that is called remote control server. I need to create one server, so that will control my browser. Okay, so
Okay.
this is how the Selenium RC works, but we are not concerned about Selenium RC right now, because the Selenium RC is being integrated in Selenium 2.0. Okay, so internally, once we run any test cases, so internally it creates one server for it. So we don't have to write it. Like, we don't have
Hmm.
to run any server, and in that we'll be running, we don't have to write this Selenium RC program. So what is Selenium's uh, suite contains this thing. So we are not going to do this thing right away.
Hmm.
Okay, how to run. So we'll see this thing later on when we'll try to run our test cases using Selenium grid. So this is more important when we'll run Selenium grid, and we'll uh, learn more about it. Okay, in that time.
Okay.
Selenium test cases development using Java. So what are the requirements? Selenium RC server jars. Okay, Selenium Java client driver. So it was earlier when we were running it through Selenium RC. So let me just skip this thing. So yeah, so more important thing, once you are running any Selenium uh, test cases, you need Selenium client driver. Okay, Selenium server
Yeah.
or testng, JUnit, etc.
Yeah.
We'll see. Okay, fine. So let, let me create or set up this thing.
Okay.
This would be our first Selenium test case. We'll see how to run our test cases using Selenium. Okay.
Okay.
To run any Selenium script, we need some jar files. Okay. So let
Yeah.
me is opening uh, till that time. Let me just show you one page. Okay. So go to Selenium HQ, seleniumhq.org. Okay. And here go to downloads. Okay. You can find there is one thing called Selenium standalone server. Correct. So if you
Yeah.
download this, uh, you don't have to insert any more jar files. Okay, but
Okay.
you can also do it with language binding specific as well. If it is a Java, you can download Java specific jars also. Okay, let me first do it using this thing Java. It is 3.8.1. Okay,
Okay.
this version. The latest version is 3.8.1 for Java. So let's go through it, download. So one zip file will be downloaded in your
Mm-hmm.
machine. Let me open that. Once it's finished, until okay. Okay, you can see it is now created one zip file called Selenium Java 3.8.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's completed, we'll extract it.
Okay.
Right? Try to automate some scenarios, like try to automate uh, Gmail, try to automate
Mm-hmm.
Facebook, and try to automate some more uh, websites using Selenium ID. Okay, and
Okay. Sure.
export that and send it to me. So
Okay.
we'll
Okay.
discuss the same thing in the next class.
Okay.
That's fine, right? You can do it, like it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
do
I
you
can do
have
it.
any query?
No. 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 I can do it.
You can do it, right? Fine.
Yes.
Fine, then we'll just go through it and try to automate, because you need more hands-on on that.
Okay.
Extract to here. Let me extract it. So now it is being extracted. Where it is? Selenium. Okay. Yeah, here it is. I think this is combine this thing, or anything here. Okay, one, two jar. This is the this two jar we need to, and there should be one live. Okay, fine. I think I should not delete from here. This third thing also I need to delete from here. Let me create one folder called Selenium,
Okay.
and within that I need to put it so that it would be easy for us.
Okay.
Is it present? Selenium. Let me paste over here. So till time, let me create one project. Okay,
Okay.
I need to create one project called new. Go to new, file, new, then Java project. Okay, simple
Okay.
Java. And here you can mention any name. You can say Selenium automation or any name. Selenium training, or any name you can give. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Jerry, it should be 8.1, or 8.1 is better. Fine. Then next, then finish.
Okay.
Fine. Then you need to extract this downloaded file here, and you can
Mm-hmm.
see this lib files already present. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now let me just close all these things. Fine. I need to create one package, as I said, first you need to create one package. After that, you need to create one class,
Okay.
which is a Java package. I can give any thing, like in organization we write com dot uh, demo, anything you can write. And in here, let me create one class called Facebook test.
Okay.
Fine. So to run any Selenium test, okay, fine. So let me just whatever we have, copied it, this thing from Selenium
Mhm.
IDE. We recorded this thing, right?
Yes.
Let me copy and paste over here. Let's see how it's working. And there are a lot of errors. Okay.
Mhm.
It's saying com.example.test. So package name, you need to remove this thing, and also need to remove this Google test, because the class name should be this one, right? And this
Yeah.
import statement should be above this class name. So just reformat it, paste over here. Fine.
Yeah.
Now you can find there are some errors over here. I think this one is one error. Fine. So you can see there are some errors. It's saying, hey, I'm not able to find these things because we have not added any jars for it or dependency of that. Okay. So
Okay.
the jar files are the dependent files, correct?
Yeah.
So how to do that? I have downloaded one jar files or Selenium jar file. So that need to be imported in this IDE, into this IDE. So how to import
Mhm.
that? Okay. In this project, right click on the project, go to build path. Okay. Then configure build path. Okay. Remember this thing. Go to build path. Then go to configure build path.
Yeah.
Click on that. And here in this library section, not in this order and export, you just go to the library. Okay. And here there are some options available, like you can add external jars, you can add variables, you can add library, you can add class folder, etc. So in this case we are going to add some external jars. Okay.
Mhm.
We have some external jars we have downloaded, or dependent jars available for Selenium, so we need to add it through this project. So let me add it, add external jars. Okay, go to that place, go to Selenium. Okay, you need to import all the jars available. So these two jars
Okay.
open, then all the jar available in lib folder also. Okay,
Mhm.
which all also need to be imported. You can see all the list
Yeah.
all has been imported. Go to these external jars, then select all the jars. Okay,
Okay.
fine. Then now apply, then okay. Okay, you can see there is a reference library is being added, and within that you can see all the jar is being added.
Yeah.
Fine. Now you can see, so some error is being gone.
Yeah.
WebDriver error is gone. There is string error is gone. There are some error is gone, but still there are some.
Yeah.
Why? Because This error is coming for testng. Okay,
Okay.
and we have not added any testng jars yet.
Yeah.
So all these jar need to be imported.
Okay.
So how to import the testng jar? Okay, go to Google. Sorry, Google. Then you need to go to MVN repository, or you can just type testng jar. Okay, download for
Mm-hmm.
Eclipse or whatever. And the first one you can get from here, or this one also is fine. java2s.com. Okay, or mbnrepository.com also is fine.
Mm-hmm.
It should be somewhere here. No problem. Just go to this, or from official site also you can download. Okay,
Yeah.
testng jars. So from here you can find this jar.
Yeah.
This is jar of G file, or from here you can download testng jar.
Yeah.
Download testng. Fine.
Yeah.
I'm downloading this one. Let's see whether it is downloading. No. Fine. So I have downloaded testng as well. Let put this testng also in the Selenium folder, right? And
Mm-hmm.
extract it to here. Then you can find one jar 6.1.1.
Yeah.
Correct. You need to import that one as well. If it is a testng thing, so how to import it in your project? You need to right click. Fine.
Uh, yeah. Then
Go
go
to
to
build path.
build path.
Then go to
Then configure build path.
configure build path. Then after
Then go to libraries
uh, yeah, libraries. Yep. Then
and after that
add
add
external.
jars.
Add
Add
external.
add external jars. Yeah.
Correct. Fine. So add external jars.
Test ng jar. Yeah.
Test ng jar. Correct. So add jars will it will add the jars, or it will search the jar already present within this directory only, not the
Right.
external one. Okay, if you add the jar, it will say within this project or any project available within this. So is there any jar that you want to add it from any project? Okay, so in that case
Okay.
we use add jar if it is present with
Okay.
this project only. If it is the external, or somewhere it is being saved, then we need to use this add external jars. Okay, then apply,
Okay.
then okay. Fine. Now you can see this error gone.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Are we able to run it?
Okay.
Will not be run it because this Firefox. Okay, let me do one thing. Let me create for Chrome browser, and I'll tell you later on what I have done. Let me
Okay.
just first run it, and I'll tell you what I have done. And you need to import this class. Okay, so this Chrome driver also will come from. Selenium jar. Okay, it will come from the Selenium jar. So I need to
Mhm.
write some system dot set property. I need to, as I said, if I want to run these test cases on some browser like Chrome browser, okay, or some IE or Mozilla Firefox, etc. Okay, I need to have the browser driver installed. Okay,
Okay.
so I'll tell you what happens. Get system.set properties, set property. Okay, here I need to write WebDriver dot Chrome dot driver, then the path of the driver. I'll tell you
Mhm.
what is the driver. Let me this thing, this driver. Let me just put over here. Okay, copy of the path, or you can just copy this path
Okay.
and put it over here. See users, observers, etc. And yeah, it's showing some error because it's taking the escape sequence. So in this case, either you can give the forward slash,
Okay.
okay, or you can backward slash, but double backward slash will work. Okay,
Okay.
and Chrome driver.exe. Then so I'll explain what I have done. Let me just
Okay.
run it. Now I'm set. Let me run it. Let me run it. Let's see what happens now. Will that test case will run correctly? What's the error? Class not found exceptions. I think that jar is being corrupted because that was not downloaded properly when we use.
Okay.
Let's download it again. Selenium HQ. Okay, go to download. Uh, for this time, let me just download the Selenium standalone version. And let's wait for download is completed. Yeah, download is completed. Now you can see it's saying keep or discard. You can just click on that keep.
Mhm.
Now this completed. Go to show. Then I'll put it in Selenium also. Okay, here it is. Now I need to import this one. So if you
Yeah.
import this Selenium server standalone, you don't have to import for these jars for Java. Okay, we don't
Mhm.
have to um, do that. We'll just remove those references and import it back.
Okay.
Let's see that how to go new build path. then configure build path and accept test ng. Just remove all this, then add external jar now. Now Selenium server standalone 3.8.1. Okay, just now we have
Okay.
downloaded it. Let's see, apply, and no error, right? And let
Yeah.
me just quickly refresh this and run it. Let's see. So it's saying no class error. Oh, okay, fine. So there is some error with the test ng.
Okay.
I think that this 6.1.1 and this 1 second. Some version problem, I think.
Okay.
So let me remove that one as well from this. Build path, configure build path, uh, and this remove this one, apply. Okay, it will show some error. Okay, fine. Okay, click the project. Okay, I think I need to let me check if I have. Okay, so I think there is a test ng error. I need
Okay.
to figure it out. Okay, fine. So this is how you can import our IDE test cases into your web browser. You can reuse that. Okay, record and copy and paste. So yeah, so this is the advanced thing. We'll come to this point the later on, because this is test ng. We'll talk more about it, and this is what our motto is. We'll finish this test ng in the later classes, but
Okay.
still I was just trying to run it, but there was some version error, and I need to fix it. Okay,
Okay.
no issue with that. Fine. So let's start with our Selenium. So you understood like how to import jars and how to configure the things. So
Yes, means I will. Yeah.
you understood, right, how to do this.
Yeah.
Fine. So let me okay, fine. So let it be there. Mhm, fine. Now I have done the introductions. What is Selenium, right? And it can in a multiple operating system also we can run it multiple browser, and also it can support multiple language. Okay, so as I said, history of Selenium project. Selenium first came into life in 2004, and in 2006 Selenium WebDriver was launched at Google. Okay, in 2008 the whole Selenium team decided to merge the Selenium WebDriver with Selenium RC. Okay, now Selenium previously when Selenium 1.0 was in picture, it was with Selenium IDE plus Selenium RC plus Selenium Grid. But when it comes to Selenium 2.0, the Selenium RC and Selenium WebDriver merged together to become Selenium 2.0. Correct?
Yeah.
So there is no concept of Selenium RC. nowadays.
Okay.
So Selenium was created by Jason Huggins in 2004, an engineer at ThoughtWorks. He was working on a web application. So there are some, myth about the Selenium, the creation, the history. So it is present within this note I'll be sharing. Okay, just go through
Okay.
it.
Sure.
Selenium IDE who created, and birth of Selenium remote RC control, who created this, and what is Selenium WebDriver? As I said, Simon Stewart created WebDriver. Okay, in
Yeah.
2006, when browser and web applications were becoming more powerful and more restrictive with the JavaScript programs like Selenium Core. It was the first cross-platform testing framework that could, control the browser from the OS level.
Okay.
Yes, so Selenium Grid, we'll talk more about it, how Selenium Grid works. Like, in a remotely, we can run our test cases. Suppose you have written some test cases, correct? And you
Yeah.
want to run or distribute those test cases among with your friend's laptop as well. Okay,
Okay.
so you can do that. Suppose you have 500 test cases. Okay,
Mhm.
and in that 500 test cases you want to distribute those 500 test cases among your five laptops available within your circle or within the same network.
Okay.
Okay? You can do it using Selenium Grid,
Okay.
so that execution time will be lesser. Parallelly you can run those test cases in
Okay.
remote desktop, etc.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yes.
So we'll talk more about it, how it works. Then Selenium IDE features, we can edit the test cases, execute test cases we did, debug the test cases, enhance the test step, export the test cases, etc. Okay. Drawbacks of
Sure.
Selenium IDE, it supports Mozilla Firefox browser only, and it does not support the programming logic feature to enhance the test cases. Okay.
Yeah.
And it does not support the data-driven testing as well. Suppose
Okay.
there are multiple there is a login scenario, correct?
Okay.
So if you want to test for multiple users, like for if it is Facebook suppose, okay,
Yeah.
you can only log in for one user at a time
Okay.
in your user ID. Suppose you have created five uh, login password username, you have five numbers of test cases, but you cannot do for five test cases in the same test case. You cannot do for five username, but in WebDriver you can do some logic to achieve that.
Yeah. Okay.
That is called data driven testing. Okay,
Okay.
using the same input field, suppose there is a first name last name field, you can enter multiple usernames. Okay,
Okay.
multiple first name, multiple last name in the same test case, but in Selenium ID you cannot achieve that.
Okay.
Okay, it does not support the data driven testing, as I said. It is
Okay.
not suitable for complex test case design. If it is a more complex test case design, you cannot go with this Selenium. It's for simple thing like form fill up, for simple UI operation, you can go with this. No
Okay.
centralized maintenance or object elements, you cannot there is no centralized maintenance of this IDE.
Okay.
As I said, Selenium RC is outdated and we do not use this. Let's see what is the pros and cons
Okay.
of Selenium IDE is being
Yeah.
over here. Installation is more complicated than IDE Selenium RC.
Okay.
Okay, it's Selenium RC's pros and cons.
Yeah.
It supports the browser and cross-platform testing, and it can
Yeah.
perform the looping and conditional operations. Okay, in RC,
Yeah.
in IDE we are not able to perform this looping and conditional operations, but in RC we are able to do some we can use some logic as well,
Okay.
and we can support data driven testing also using
Okay.
RC, but in IDE we cannot use data driven testing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And it has mature and complex API, complete the API, and it can uh, readily support new browser also. New browser also we can use in Selenium RC, like other browsers. But in IDE, it only support Mozilla Firefox, right?
Yeah.
And faster execution than IDE. It has faster execution than IDE also. So what's the cons or the disadvantage of Selenium RC? Its installations is more complicated than IDE. Okay, this is
Mm-hmm.
one thing. And the second thing is must have programming knowledge. If you have very good programming knowledge, then you go with the Selenium RC and Selenium WebDriver as well, for your
Okay.
kind information. Okay, so and the third one is need the Selenium RC server to be running first.
Okay.
In Selenium IDE, we don't have to run any server, but in this case, we need to run one RC server to be running our test cases. Then API contains the redundant and confusing commands also are present. There are some confusing commands also present in Selenium RC.
Mm-hmm.
Browser interaction is less realistic. Okay,
Uh-huh.
it is we are creating one proxy. Within that, we are interacting with the browser, so it is not that realistic.
Okay.
So inconsistent result, and you uses JavaScript. It uses more JavaScript as well.
Mm-hmm.
Selenium RC, right?
Yeah.
Selenium RC is a slower execution time than WebDriver. So WebDriver is the clear winner among this Selenium IDE and Selenium RC.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
Then we'll come with the Selenium WebDriver. Selenium WebDriver is the successor of Selenium RC, which
Yeah.
send the commands directly to the browser and retrieve the results. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And WebDriver is a tool for automating the testing web applications. It is popularly known as the Selenium 2.0, as I say. So there are
Yeah.
some advantages of the Selenium WebDriver. Okay,
Yeah.
it is a programming interface to create and execute the test cases. Selenium IDE has IDE, but the doesn't have any programming interfaces, right? Like
Yeah.
UFT, we have one IDE available for for QTP, right? For UFT, there
Yeah.
is one IDE available and programming interface is available. Okay, we can
Yeah.
record and run the test scripts within that. But in Selenium, we don't have a specific, programming interface. We use some third-party tools using Eclipse, NetBeans, or some other IntelliJ IDE, etc. We use to write our program using
Yeah.
Selenium. Correct?
Yes.
Selenium WebDriver has the programming interface but does not have IDE. As I said, the UFT or QTP, both IDE as well as programming interface, it has. Selenium WebDriver supports various programming environment to write programs like Java. We can write C Sharp, Perl, Python, Ruby, PHP, etc. We can run in WebDriver.
Yeah.
Using element or object locator property and WebDriver methods, we can create and execute test cases. So let me just show you one thing.
Yeah.
Suppose this button is a web element, this link is a web element, image web element, sign in button is web element. So whatever you see in this page, what is interactable, right? In
Yeah.
which you can perform any action. Okay, that is called a web element.
Yeah.
Okay, suppose this button is a web element, and let me just inspect that element, inspect element. So this is once you click right click and go to inspect the element, you can find its DOM. Okay,
Yeah.
document object model, or in the backend coding, whatever being written for that particular element, you can find over here. Or you can click F12, you'll get this developer options. Okay, and
Yeah.
within that you can find there are a lot of attributes. Okay, input. Okay, there is a input tag is there. There's a value. Its value is Google search.
Hmm.
Okay, area label. So this area label is Google search. You can see clearly, and
Yeah.
its name also it's being. So these are the web elements locators. So name, this value, this area label. These are the one of the locators, I can say.
Okay.
By using these names, by using these IDs, okay, by type, etc., we can locate this element. Okay,
Yeah.
because so how can this program, once we write any program, suppose I have written input box dot send some text to this input box, how can it will my program will uh, you know uh, how can it recognize this element, web element? First of all, we need to give some, provide some ID, some distinct ID, okay, of that particular input box, of that particular button, etc., right? So that when this WebDriver launch our browser, it will uh, you know it will get to know that, hey, I'm going to interact with this particular element. Okay,
Yeah.
so for that we need to give some value ID or some locators, right? These are
Okay.
locators. We'll cover more in this coming sessions about
Okay.
the locators, how to locate the web elements, how to write the
Yeah.
XPath, how to write the IDE, etc. Okay,
Okay.
right? And that, then uh, browser driver varies from one browser to another because we are using various driver. How to create driver and what the mechanism behind web driver when we create any driver instance of any particular browser, how it works, what is the concept behind it. We'll talk more about it. Okay,
Okay.
this is the basics of the browser driver varies from one browser to another, and Selenium WebDriver supports the various operating environments as well. As I said, Selenium WebDriver support data-driven testing and cross-browser testing. Selenium WebDriver is a faster than other tools or Selenium suites. Okay, like Selenium IDE, Selenium RC. So among all these, this WebDriver is faster.
Okay.
And also we can use parallel testing as well. Like in the same test, we can run the same test case in multiple browser in the same time, same test case.
Okay.
So this is called parallel
Okay.
testing.
Okay.
Then Selenium Grid is also there. And what is
Uh-huh.
the advantage of Selenium and disadvantage Selenium? We'll see. So Selenium Grid, as I said, so what is the Selenium Grid? Selenium Grid is used to execute the test across the multiple browsers, operating system or environment in and machines in parallel or in a remote machines. And in your machine as well, in your remote machines, in your friends' machines, in your uh, um, companies other machines also, you can run these test cases remotely. Okay, Selenium Grid 2 support the Selenium RC tests as well as Selenium WebDriver test. Okay, Selenium WebDriver to create test case using element locators and WebDriver methods. So we'll see how it works. Okay, one more thing. Just go through these advantage and disadvantages, and you will get a lot of questions. Might be in your interview. What is the difference? Why we should go with the Selenium? Why not with the QTP or some other
Okay.
test automation tool? Why we should prefer the Selenium over other tools? because it is an open source. It's a free tool. Okay, we don't have to pay a penny for this. Okay, and it supports the various operating environments. We can run in Windows machine, Linux machine, Mac machines, etc. We can run the tests using Selenium. And also it supports the various browsers, i.e. Mozilla, Firefox, Chrome, Safari, Opera, etc. We can run the test in multiple browsers, correct?
Yeah.
And also it supports the various programming environment like Java, Perl, Python, Ruby, and PHP. Like in which language, whichever language you are comfortable with, we can go with that. Okay, and it supports parallel test execution also. Selenium supports the parallel test execution, and it uses less hardware resources also. We can see it's hardly 10 to 20 MB of jars. Okay, but in UFT or other thing, it's like 2 GB, 1.5 GB of exe file. We need to install it in your laptop. Then it's a heavy software. But Selenium is a lightweight software. Okay, this was the
Okay.
advantages of Selenium. So for disadvantages of Selenium, it support web-based applications only. As I said, it only supports web-based. If it is a desktop-based applications, desktop-based application means whatever present within this PDF, this thing, this Word document, or whatever calculator. Okay, Skype, WhatsApp, whatever present over here. Okay, these are the desktop applications. Okay, so to automate these things, Selenium do not support it directly. Okay, but it can support using some third party tools called AutoIT, or some Win
Okay.
automation, so etc. We use to integrate with the Selenium to run those test cases. Correct. Not centralized maintenance of element objects. Okay, so in this case, no centralized maintenance, like in UFT. Whenever you create any whenever you record any web page, it will save the objects in an object repository. You can reuse those object repository in your test cases, or you can export those repository whenever you require. But in this Selenium, you don't have any centralized maintenance of elements or objects. But using page factory, we can achieve that somehow, but it's not that much effective as of in UFT we do. We'll talk more about this Selenium. What is a page object model, page factory, etc.
Okay.
Difficult to set up environment, because you can see we in the first test case we get some error, like this test ng error, something. So this is the environment when you try to um, run. So you might come across some difficulties, some errors. You need to figure it out, why and when it is coming, right? And also it limited support for image based testing. Image based testing also, we have we use third party tools to image based testing. Like image based testing means this image is being this visa or something, or is this browser tag is being present over here or not. So it's limited support with Java, but using some other tools we can achieve that. New features may not work properly. Some new features is there, so it might not work properly. Okay, no other tool integration for test management, so there is no test management tool present. Okay, like
Okay.
QC or Jira, we cannot directly integrate, but yes, we can integrate with third party tools. No built-in reporting facility in this. Yes, we have built-in reporting for test ng, but in Selenium we don't have. Using test ng or JUnit, we can get some. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah. Using Selenium with the JUnit framework or testng framework, we can generate a report, but in Selenium we don't have.
Okay.
So yeah, there is a comparison between Selenium and QTP, then advantage of disadvantage, and Selenium environment setup, etc. We'll talk and later on. So what's the time now there?